Oh my God. This has to be the slowest day we've had in so long. It is 6:14 a.m. We just got an offer to go to Pinkbox. We're going to be getting $8 for 4.1 miles. Let's go pick up those donuts. Where's the Pinkbox? Okay, we got the donuts, and it's going to be 8 minutes away, 2.9 miles. Leave at my door. Please leave on bench on porch. Thank you. All right, here we go. Seem to have a high employee turnover rate at Pinkbox. When I went in there, they were training 2 new employees, and every time I go in there, it seems like they're always training somebody. So my guess is that people don't like to work there. And the only reason why I would think you wouldn't want to work there is there's too much to remember. They have such a variety of donuts. And then the process of, building the boxes for the customers, it takes a long time because you've got to remember every donut that the person wanted, and then you've got to find every donut that the person wanted, because they're pointing at the donuts that are in the display case, and those are not the donuts you're pulling from, because that's for display. So you've got to go to all these shelves and keep trying to find what they wanted. So it takes a lot of time, and I don't think there's anything they can do about that. I'm sure they've tried to optimize the process, but it takes a long time, so it slows down the completion time to get somebody in and out of the door. And then what happens is, of course, people get irritated because it's a long wait to get a donut. If there's more than 2 people in line, people start to get impatient, which we as Americans, we're impatient about everything. We want everything immediately. So yeah, and I'm sure that it stresses out these young kids that are doing these jobs, and they're like, this is not worth it. So they go somewhere else. So I did my live stream yesterday, and everything went really good. I was very happy with the turnout. The highest it got was 50 people were in the room. That's a lot of people. I was like, wow, so many people have shown up just to see me sit in a chair and just talk about nothing. But I was like, that's cool that people showed up. I was really impressed. And I had a fun time. People asked a lot of questions and tried to get to, find out more about me, which was really fun, and, get to know my personality. So I thought that was neat. And people commented several times that they almost didn't recognize me because I'm always wearing a hat when I go out. And but when I'm at home, I don't wear a hat. And then, of course, I had to read their comments, so I had to put my glasses on, and I don't normally wear glasses. People really only recognize me by my voice, not by my appearance. All right, we're here in Silverado Ranch, and we're just a few seconds away from dropping off. So I was like, well, let's turn on the camera. So maybe we'll see something interesting. There's not much to talk about as far as the houses. They're pretty generic. There's not anything I see that I'm gonna be like, oh my God, look at this house. Nothing at all. It's just, oh look, someone just left up some furniture on the corner. Very classy. Let's see, make sure I get the address right. Make sure I leave the food on the bench, or the donuts. I guess that's food. Let's see, it's gonna be on the right. It's coming up. It's not that one. It is this one.
Please leave on bench on porch. Thank you.
It's this one, everybody. outside. It's 6:38 a.m. and so far everything's been quiet. There hasn't been any good offers that have come in. So far they've been just, too many miles, too few dollars. So now we're just making our way back to home base and waiting for something to come in. Hopefully something comes in soon. The last drop-off was pretty ordinary. It was just an ordinary house, and they had a bench, and I just sat down the donuts and took a picture with my phone, and that was it. I headed back to the car. It was very standard, and the day today is really nice. Right now it's in the upper 60s. There's no wind, clear blue sky. It's a really nice day today. Traffic is flowing. It's very light right now, so it's easy to get around. So hopefully the day continues like this, which of course it won't. It's Monday. As soon as people, it's time for people to start commuting, everything's going to change and all the wild animals will be out. All right, we've got our next one. It's an Albertsons grocery pickup. So we just got to go in there and just pick up the groceries. It's 7.1 miles away, and it's going to get us $11.53. They're approximately 2 cents short of what I would normally accept, but it's not that busy and I shouldn't be so strict, so I'm trying to be more flexible, so that way we just get offers, especially if it's not super busy. So let's get on over to Albertsons and pick up these groceries. So this is where you pick up. It's on the left right here. There's a door. It says delivery drivers wait here, and it's on you go to the left door when you come in here. We lucked out. It's all light stuff. Look, it's just light undergarment stuff. Easy delivery. Pickup was super simple and the items were really light, so I was very happy about that. So we're going to be going to a house, and it's a leave at the door, and there's not many other instructions. 4 minutes away, 1.3 miles. All right, let's go. If you're going to do this job and you come here to the Albertsons on Bicentennial, you enter through the door to the left, not the door on the right of the store. And that'll make it so that you're closest to where you pick up the groceries. And you just immediately, when you enter, you go to the left, and it's on the left-hand side. As you're going down, you'll see it because they got a white sheet of paper stuck on a door, and it says delivery drivers wait here. And you just stand there and wait. And somebody will notice you as you're staring at your phone, because that's the signal to all people that you're a delivery driver, because you're just standing there staring at your phone. And then they ask you, you're here to pick up, and you just tell them the name. Yeah, so that makes it easier. It used to be on the right-hand side. So who knows, by the time you watch this video, it may be once again on the right-hand side. But for now, it's on the left-hand side. All right, while we're in the neighborhood, we're in Anthem, and I think this community is called Inspirata. I'm not exactly sure why they do that. I think everybody likes to feel special. So anytime you go into a particular place, they have subdivisions, and everybody wants their own special name. So this is Anthem, but inside of Anthem, they got a place called Inspirata. And so this is Inspirata. I don't know why they do that. I guess, if you live in this town, everybody feels like they have to have a more specific location, so that you can know exactly what neighborhood you're in, I guess. Because it's, Anthem's big, so it makes sense, I guess, that you'd want to do that. All right, we're almost there. Remember the address. Okay, make a right here. Hopefully it's right off the street, which it looks like it is.
Drop off on the left.
Okay, it's on the left. I think that's it on the left. That's it. Turning around. We always have to turn around every time. And here we are, everybody. Okay, another successful drop off. More than likely we won't get anything now because we're deep in Anthem. And now I should put on my Google Maps to figure out how to get out of here, because now I'm not sure how I came in. I get turned around. Sometimes I get turned around up here. Let's see if I can get my Google Maps going. Let's see if it wants to comply today. It says let's see. It's activating. It's activating. All right, it's telling me where to go. I guess we're on track. All right, well, I'll let you know if anything comes in. All right, it is now 7:11 a.m. We have just completed the first hour of the shift. Take a look at how much money we've made so far. We're about average right now. This is about the normal amount of money we would be making per hour. So everything's fine, but I have a feeling it's about to really slow down, I think, because I'm almost out of Anthem and we haven't gotten anything. Well, we got one offer that came in, but the miles to dollar ratio was not good. So we've only gotten one offer since we did that last grocery drop off. So yeah, so I think it's going to quiet down, but I could be wrong. Things just change without notice. Suddenly things will just turn. Okay, well, since it was slow, I did a personal errand. My doggy was almost out of his medication, so I figured why not stop at the vet's office and pick up some medication for the doggy. Do a little personal errand, get stuff done. But let's see, I gotta make sure I get out. Oh, I don't like to go out that way. The cars come too fast. Yeah, so I got that all taken care of, and now that's one less thing to worry about. Gotta call my my dentist. My crown fell out yesterday, and I just plopped it back in, and hopefully I just dropped it back in, and it hasn't come back out. So I think I'm good for a while. So I'm gonna call them and tell them that. I gotta call my dentist and say it came out, I washed it, I dropped it back in, and it's staying put. It's back in. I have not having any problems. But they may say you have to come in anyway, because now that I think about it, I'm gonna have to floss. And so I think, and I'm kind of afraid to floss it. I did floss it last night, so maybe if I do floss it, that's when I'll be like, oh, I gotta go back in, because it's gonna pop when I put the string between the teeth. All right, we've got another Pinkbox, and let's see how much we're getting. $10.47 for 3.7 miles. All right, well, here we go again. Let's go back to Pinkbox. Alrighty, well, it took a while. It took a while to get the donuts, but the people are new, so it's no surprise. 10 minutes away, 3.5 miles, leave at the door, and it looks like it's at McDonald Ranch. So let's head on over there and get these donuts dropped off. The Pinkbox employees, when they give you the donuts, they put either Scotch tape, or now they have this special tape that has the Pinkbox logo and branding on it, and they use that to security seal the Pinkbox donut box so that people don't snack on the donuts. They all do that. Like even Starbucks, they try to seal it so that that way the customer doesn't think that the delivery driver was having a little snacky poo on their food. So, but the thing about those security seals is that the moment you pick up the item, the seals pop open. So they're not true security seals. So I was putting the donuts in the back seat, and as I shuffled the donuts into the back seat, the tape popped. And so it's like I was thinking, well, it's the same situation as that. First I was like, well, maybe the customer's gonna think I was like tasting their donuts. But then I thought, no, they probably know that these security things, they pop. So I should be fine. I don't know. I was just thinking about that. How they try to make it safety sealed for the customer, but the moment they hand it to the driver, the safety seals just pop right open. And I don't think there's a real solution for that. I think what it comes down to is that the customer inspects the food when they open it, and if it looks like it's been messed with, then they know that, well, somebody messed with this. But if there's no fingerprints and no signs of anything, then you're good. Although somebody on the live stream said yesterday that they got accused of drinking somebody else's drink because there wasn't that much, it wasn't filled all the way to the top. But that depends on the customer. There's some people that are real kooky and will nitpick for anything. So, and they don't even give you the opportunity, or in their mind they should say like, hey, maybe the foam fizzled out, because sometimes when you fill up the drinks, the foam vanishes, and then it's less soda in there than what you started off with, because you filled it to the top, but there's a certain percentage of it that's foam, and you don't have time to wait for the foam to vanish. You just slap that lid on and go. We're back in McDonald Ranch. Let's see if we can see any houses that look good today. This house on the left here isn't too shabby. I don't think the location is very good. They don't have the most ideal location because everybody turns right here, and I'm sure all the headlights at night just go flashing into their house. So that's not ideal. All right, well, it's going to be a house coming up real soon. It already says leave at the door. I'm like, we just barely turned. Oh, it's still around the bend here. That's fancy. They got a little playground, tennis courts. They have a little barbecue area. So this place is always so nice. I guess if I had to live in a gated community, I guess I could put up with living here, I suppose. If you twisted my arm, I would be like, okay, I'll go live in McDonald Ranch with the millionaires, I guess. But I'm not having any parties. They ain't coming over to my house. All right, I think we're almost there. It's this one right here with all these privacy shrubs. I'm just trying to figure out, well, where the heck's your front door? Oh wait, here's your front door. Oh, okay. I got'd it. Hello. There you go. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you. Well, the rich lady, she showed up to the door and I handed it to her. So that worked out really good. You don't normally see the rich people come to the door. They usually are so busy. They're so busy planning all the different ways they can spend their money. They don't have time to answer the door, but this one did. She just happened to be strolling near the front door in her giant mansion. So she came to the door and she got it. And so that was that. Now we just got to wait for another one and see what happens next. Walmart Spark, they sent me a card. I think it's called a One card. And I guess you're supposed to receive your money on that card, but I don't want to do that. I just want them to send the money to my bank account. I don't know why they want to do that. My guess is they want to be able to make all that money off the interest, so that way everybody's money will be housed on there. Or it could be a lot of drivers don't have bank accounts, so that's true too. Maybe they set it up for that reason, that a lot of people that do delivery really don't have bank accounts and they don't have any way to have any place to put it, except for maybe like PayPal. Like everybody has PayPal and Venmo, all that stuff. But yeah, so maybe that's why they did it. I don't know, but I'm not going to use it. They sent it to me, and then as soon as I can, I am going to get my bank account set up, and then they're just going to put that money in my bank, and that is it. I ain't dealing with no third party financial institution to hold on to my money, and then I gotta wait in some Walmart line to get cash out, only to deposit it into my normal bank. So yeah, so that happened, and then let's see. And then I'm supposed to get something in the mail from YouTube or AdSense or whatever, just to verify my address. Cause I do all the official legal stuff. The what is it called? The W-4 or something. So the tax form to tell them, hey, this is really who I am. Verify my identity and start taxing me. Start letting the IRS know that I'm getting money from you. So yeah, so I got all that yesterday. All right, everybody, we're off to Munchbox. We're gonna be getting $18.08 for 5.8 miles. Let's head on over to Munchbox. Not to mention, it's 2 orders. So we got 2 orders at Munchbox we have to pick up, and it's 9:10 a.m. We were at home for the longest time. I had lunch. I was watching TikToks. I was just chilling out, and I almost forgot what I was doing. I thought I was just relaxing at home and my day was over. And then suddenly the UberEats alert went off, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm working. I forgot. So I was probably hanging out at home an hour or an hour and a half, something around there. So that's gonna throw everything out of whack. So I'll have to just calculate. I'll probably just calculate in that we were off about an hour and a half, because I was also on the phone. I was talking to a relative in California. I was helping them with their new tablet that I had sent them. And I was just completely in another world. So anyway, we're almost at Munchbox. I have both orders. The first one's close, 0.6 miles away. 2 minutes to get there. It's an apartment, and it's a leave at the door, and please leave on blue chair by door. All right, let's go. We're here in the apartment complex. It's gotta be right here. Put my hazards on, and I'll be right back. I can drop all this off. All right, well, that worked out just fine. Of course, it was the opposite side of the building that she was on, because that's how I do it. I always pick the wrong side to drop off when it comes to apartments. Next up, 9 minutes away, 4 miles to get there. It looks like another apartment, and it's a meet at the door. And let's see if there's special instructions. It says left gate, second right, and then the name of the apartment complex. And in the community, let's see how good these instructions are. Left gate, second right. Okay, I'm gonna go to the second right. I'm following your instructions. Luckily, I also have this place on my Google Maps, so we're gonna be okay. Let's see, so this is the first right, so it's not that one. And let's see, we got one more coming up here on the right.
Turn right.
After this yellow pickup truck, and then we'll look for the building when we make this turn. Here we go. I am turning. Show me where your building is. Okay. Let's see. Where would their building be? Let's see. I think it's on the other side of this wall. I think it was hidden. I think we passed it. I think it's actually right here. We just couldn't see the number. I better go scout it out. But I think it's this building right here. I'm fairly certain. All right, let me go check it out. I dropped it off, and you can guess, as usual, I went the longest way around. I went all the way around the building. I went all the way around the building, all the way. And to make it even more special, when I had arrived at the apartment and I knocked on the door, I went to check my phone to see, see if I could send her things, letting the customer know that I had arrived, because she wasn't answering the door. Well, sure enough, instead of it being a meet at the door, she decided to message me, and she said, "Oh, just leave it at the door." I'm like, why do people do that? It's like, if you place the order, why don't you, at the moment you place the order, select leave it at the door? Why do you suddenly change your mind? What happens between the time you ordered the food and the time I'm arriving that suddenly makes you change your mind and want to just have me leave it at the door? And then it throws off the whole delivery process, because there I am standing there like a fool. Okay, it's 9:40 a.m. So, and we started at, when did we start? I thought we started at 6 o'clock or a little bit after. So let's just say it's been 3.5 hours, but then I was home for about an hour and a half. So my gosh, that's not very many hours. So I think we've only been going for 2 hours. So take a look at the total, and that'll tell you how much money we've made so far for 2 hours of work. But we're not going to make that much money today because, it was slow. Yeah, because it was slow. And I think it's going to continue to be slow because, yeah, it was totally, unless the lunch hour picks up. But even if the lunch hour picks up, I'm only going to be out here till 11:30. So there's really no opportunity to make up for the lost time. And it's okay. We're just going to make what we make today. And if anything fun or interesting turns up, that's where the fun is. We can talk about something fun that happens. And hopefully something fun does happen. Like, for example, this construction truck in front of me is dripping and oozing gobs of liquid from the back of it. I think it's like a mixture of water and dirt. So it's like this liquid. It's like, what is it? Just dirty water is just dripping from this construction truck in front of me, and it's just really gross. So fun things like that will occur, and I'm trying to stay far back away from the truck so the liquid doesn't splash onto my windshield. Well, today is very slow right now, so I was like trying to come up with a new idea. I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to be at home here, so I figure if I'm just going to $4.70 for 5 miles. No. If we're just stuck here at home, why not try to come up with a segment where I'm here in the house and we can talk about stuff? So hopefully that's going to work out. I don't even know what I'm going to talk about. But I'm still waiting for offers so we can discuss offers that come in. So that'll at least be something for the content. of the video, just in case the video is too short, because I don't even know how many deliveries I've done. I don't think I've done that many. So I'm just concerned there's not going to be enough content for the video. So I'm just trying to figure out in my mind, like, what else can we talk about that could be related to delivering? I mean, I guess we can talk about strategies. We can talk about, like, when you deliver to apartments and you get frustrated because you can't find the apartment building. If they don't put the building number, you could always message them and ask them what's the building number. But a lot of times they don't respond. A lot of times you don't get any response back, because sometimes they don't even know what the building number is, because they don't think about that. They just are so used to just going to their apartment, so they don't know. So that can be tricky. But usually if you take a picture of the apartment map, I think my dog wants to come up. Are you coming up? Are you coming over here? Okay. If you just take a picture of the apartment map, that will be enough, because you can actually then find on the map their apartment number, and then you can see the apartment building. And that usually works out good if you do it that way. Now, of course, you got to know how to read a map, because once you do that, then you're like, well, where is it? How do I get there? So one of the tricks that I do is I use Google Maps, and they have a feature where if you press and hold, I know for an Android, if you press and hold on the Google Map spots on the map, you can actually add labels to the buildings, and then you can create a custom labeled map of the apartment building numbers, and then you can more easily find it, in the future. But when you're stuck in that exact moment, you've just got to visually look at the map, and then in your mind be like, okay, if I started right at the entrance, I would turn left and turn right, and then that would get you to it. And that's really the best thing you can do if you can't get a hold of the customer, because the customer is not going to come to the main entrance. I'll tell you right now, they are lazy. They're not coming, and they're not going to respond to your message when you say you can't find the building. So just do that. And then I think the absolute worst case scenario, and you can't find the building, just let them know that you cannot find the building and you're going to leave it in a safe place by the leasing office. But that's the last resort, because you're gambling because that person may be disabled and they can't get to the leasing office, or they're so far from the leasing office, you're just going to really upset them. So that's like the absolute last resort that you want to do when dealing with apartments. Oh, let me show you the doggy. Oh, I'll show you the doggy. And go down there. Now you can see the doggy while we chit chat. There's another thing we can do. See, because a lot of people like to see the doggy, right? They like to see you. Yeah, they like to see you. So I can talk while they look at you. So, I mean, apartments are usually just the worst situation. It's always that, or gated communities are the most difficult part of the job. So as far as getting stuff delivered, but you just, oh, now he's laying down. Something's coming in. Let's see what it is. $11.18 for 14.7 miles. Protein house. Nope. Yeah, that's usually like the best thing you can do in that type of situation, is to just be prepared. Take pictures of the map when you first go into the complex, and then later on when you're back at home, start labeling in Google Maps the building numbers. And then, because especially if it's buildings that you go to all the time, that really saves a lot of time. I have found that is the best thing to do, and it's a great place to store things like, like gate codes, like to get back in, because sometimes they don't give you the darn gate code and you got to get in. So those are just the tricks that I use when I'm dealing with that type of situation. And let's see, what else comes up in these types of delivery scenarios. $5.04 for 5 miles to go to Albertsons and shop. I don't think so. Goodbye. Yeah. If it takes a long time at the restaurants, and you don't want to wait. Just if you have, as long as you don't do too many times, just cancel it and go and move on. But I try not to do it because it takes so much. You don't know how long it's going to be until your next offer. I mean, sometimes what I'll do is that I'll keep the other app on. Like, let's suppose I have a DoorDash one. It's taking a long time. I'll have my UberEats on in the background. If something better comes in while I'm waiting, then I'll jump on that, and vice versa. So those are the kinds of things you could do to optimize yourself. But there's nothing perfect. Like, if it's just dead and there's nothing going on, there's nothing you can do. Like right now, look, I'm just sitting here with my doggy because there's nothing going on. I mean, I could always turn on my UberX and drive people around, but I don't feel like it. I don't want to deal with no people right now. I'm not in the mood. You have to be in the right mood to want to deal with people, because you have to socialize with them. You got to be like all chitty chatty with the people. And I'm not in the mood. I like to just hang out and just drive around, cruise. It's very relaxing. And then people can really throw you off. They get in your car and they start talking all kinds of baloney, and they throw off your day. So yeah. And then what was the other tip I wanted to tell you? Was there another tip, doggy? Was there another tip, little doggy, that we needed to tell them? For shopping. Oh, for shopping, when you're shopping in the aisles and they don't have the exact item they want, just try to find something. Just try to imagine in your mind, like, what else would they want? I mean, sometimes they specifically say no substitutions. It'll just automatically refund the money. But just try to find something similar, especially with DoorDash, because they usually tip by percentage, and you'll lose money if you don't get all the number of items that they are requesting. So try to find something similar. I mean, one time I had somebody that wanted mangoes. Oh wait, 7-Eleven. No, it's $4.50. Too low. Doesn't matter how many miles. One time I had a person that wanted mangoes and they didn't have any. So I just got them some navel oranges. And I figured, well, that's as close as you're going to get to mangoes. And at least you're getting something, and it's not going to affect my money. And you'll eat, and they'll eat oranges. So that's a common fruit. And I knew that they would get them too because they got mandarin oranges. So, but sometimes you get, like, if you go to Staples or Office Depot, you're screwed. You cannot get a substitution for anything, because when people want office supplies, they're very, very specific about what they want. And the alternatives, you don't even want to take a chance. So you just basically just say it's not available and hope that they put the substitution in. But it is so hard to find substitutions when it comes to office supplies. There's usually just one of everything, because everything's like patented and specific to certain things. And if you're not an expert on the types of on office supplies, which, I mean, who is an expert on office supplies, then you're going to be out of luck. Let me get this doggy's face in the picture. My gosh, I thought I had you perfect the last time. There you go. See how slow it is? Look how long we've been hanging out. And all we've gotten is garbage. We haven't got anything good. No good orders at all. And we're just hanging out. This is going to be funny when you're just here, just hanging out, little doggy. And you have graphics around you showing, like, over here, there's going to be like a screen showing how much money we made. That's going to be so funny to see when you have all those little icons on you. All the little icons, you're going to have a drive icon over here, little arrows. Oh my God. Now I'm going to have to make another icon just to hanging out at home. Maybe I'll make a little house icon. That's what I'll do. So that way it'll signify that we're just hanging out at the house while we're waiting for an order. Because I can't put the car icon. That wouldn't make any sense because I'm not even in the car. So yeah, now I've got to make another icon for this segment. Well, nothing's coming in. I think we've been going now for about 10 minutes, so I think that's good enough. That should be a perfect segment for this episode's video. All right, well, I'll let you know if anything else comes in. All right, well, we finally got something. We're going to be going to Great Harvest Bread. We're going to be getting, let me see, $5.40 for 2.1 miles. And that is it. So let's head on over to Great Harvest Bread. We have the order from Great Harvest Bread. We're going to be going to Oh boy, we're going to the high school. We're going back to high school. Please take to the front office secretary. It's for you know who. All right. Oh God, here we go. Looks like there's something going on at the senior place. I don't know what's happening. A lot of law enforcement. My goodness. Oh, why did they have to pick a school? Oh, the high school. It's always so difficult. It's 10:40 a.m. So the kids cannot possibly be out to lunch just yet. So I think we'll be good there. But you know, then you got to go through security and all the baloney that comes with dealing with those people. Oh well. And the person, obviously, this particular person cannot meet us by the flagpole. So that means we're gonna have to get out of the car. We're gonna have to pass security, and they're gonna give us the stare down. They're gonna be like, "Who are you? And why are you here? Why are you here? You adults don't belong here. This is for young, underage people." So there's that issue. That's the only thing I don't like about going to the high school. You know, back in the olden days, they didn't have all that security. Back in those days, you could just go to the school. Everybody was friendly, and the kids would just be hanging out. Those days are so long gone, it's not even funny. The days of Wally and the Beaver and going to high school and just stopping by are so over, it's not even funny. Now it's just like you're entering a mental institution when you go in there. You got to check in with the warden. A few comments. The first one is, love the live stream, but we need more videos from you. I drive along with you when I'm doing UberEats delivery, and I need your company. Please more videos. Yep, I'm working on getting to the point where we're going to have, instead of 4 videos a week out, we're going to have 5, so it'll be Monday through Friday. And that's coming up. I think I posted the date in the community forum. Somebody else posted, what does red card required on some orders mean? And that just means that you have to use the DoorDash debit card that they provide to you as a delivery driver for DoorDash, and that's all it means, is that you just have to use the card. So if you're accepting that offer, make sure you have your card with you and be sure to use it to pay for the order. And then the next person says, I only go to Walmart at 7 a.m. My local store had all the shelf checkouts closed, but I was pleasantly surprised to see about 5 or 6 open lanes with cashiers. Our Target switched self-checkout to only 10 items, but we'll still only have 1 or 2 cashiers open. I know everything's in transition. It's like they want to now go the other direction. They don't want people at the self-checkouts anymore. They want you to go back because I guess there's too much, what do they call it? Too much shrinkage. There's too much shrinkage, so they're going to send us back to the past where we have to go to the cashiers. And I'm fine with it. I like going to the cashier. They let them do their job and let them get a check. I'm perfectly fine with it. I got no problem. All right, we're back at the high school again. Oh God, there's a person over there with hazards on. I'm just going to have to park right here. I have no choice. I got to do a little bit of walking. I have no choice. Well, yeah, I can't. I got to park here. There's just too many people over there. It's just crazy today. Hi. Thank you.
Filled of bugs.
So a student intercepted me before I could get to the main office, and they got the goods, so that is done. And now all these kids are coming out of the woodwork, but it's only 10:49. I'm trying to figure out what's happening. I'm like, why are all these people suddenly coming out of the woodwork? Is it maybe that's they're going to their next period? That must be it. They're probably going to their next period. Although a lot of them are headed into the parking lot. Does school end this early? Maybe it's a special half day or something. I just happen to be here during half day. That's got to be it. Because that's really weird. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I haven't been to school in quite a while, but I know school does not get out at 10:49 a.m. That is for sure. It's currently 10:50 a.m. And so that gives us an opportunity to possibly do just one more $3.02 for we don't care how many miles. Goodbye. So only possibility is to do just one more, but just in case we don't, let's wrap up just in case. This part of my clip is for wrapping up. So if you look up at the total, this is how much money we made today, the number of hours that we worked, and the hourly rate. And it wasn't a very spectacular day when it comes to making money, but you know what? It is okay. Tomorrow is going to be another day. I mentioned how many miles we drove. We drove 38 miles and we got 65.7 miles to the gallon. And you got some good tips on this one, and you got to see the doggy. So that was a plus. So thank you so much for watching, everybody, and we'll see you again on the next one. Okay, bye for now.